Welcome to the Future Forum 2021, brought to you live from our studio here in Mainz. And let's get started with some voices from our participants.
Oh, hi there.
Bienvenue au Togo.
Un saludo a todas y todos.
Bonjour à toutes et à tous.
Marhaba.
Herzlich willkommen.
My name is Tobias.
And my name is Bertrand.
And together we are working in the Decentralization and Good Governance program in Togo.
I am Abdulrahman Al-Qudah from Jordan. For me, the digital transformation is a necessary change in order to move forward.
I am expecting a forum so I can learn from different contexts and scenarios how the digital has been implemented to help communities to achieve their goals.
My name is François Nesbiquet. I work in Togo for GIZ on the project of decentralization and local good governance support. What I always wanted to know and hope to find during the Future Forum is simply the best method or the new innovation to implement the process of the digital transformation.
We are looking during the Future Forum for tools and good practices to reinforce democracy and municipality capacity via digital means.
I'm looking forward to the Future Forum 2021, and I would bring lots of coffee because even in times of digital transformation, nothing beats meeting someone over a good cup of coffee.
We are looking to network with colleagues all around the world, and we are hoping to get to know at least some of you a little bit better during the forum.
I would also like to know how GIZ will implement digitalization in the years to come.
I'm an advisor for the Peace Process Support for Yemen project, and as part of the organizing team on social cohesion and peace building in the digital era, I'm looking forward to go on this journey with you.
Looking forward. See you soon.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues from different time zones all over the world. It's a pleasure for me to welcome you all here today. My name is Annette Bähring, and I'm heading the division Methods, Digital Transformation and Innovation. Let's start now.
Good morning. Thanks, Annette. Good morning. Warm welcome from my side. I'm Kathrin Lorenz. I'm Director Governance and Conflict at GIZ. And we are here at the new Future Forum. Some of you still remember the FATA, which used to be for many years our conference format for capacity development, innovation, knowledge exchange. And now for the first time, we are transferring this as a new format, fully digital, and also co-hosted by two divisions. So we're in this together, Annette. Let's go.
Digitalization has brought us together today. In my view, it's the most significant change process of our times. It transformed the way we work, how we live, communicate, consume, build relationships, learn, and more aspects of our lives. As well, in our professional context, digitalization has a deep impact on how we work with our partners to achieve sustainable change. The digital transformation is a challenge for many, but can be a chance for even more people worldwide. It is our task to capitalize on digital technologies together with our partners from governance, civil society, academia, and the private sector, to shape a fair and sustainable digital transformation that caters the needs of all and leaves no one behind. And that is why we are all together here today.
Thanks, Annette. And it's so relevant for our peace building and governance, our forced displacement, our crisis portfolios. So we have this great opportunity for the next 3 days, 4 days, 3.5 days together to work on the issues related to the digital transformation in these sectoral portfolios. And as it was said in the video, it's about helping communities to achieve their goals. So we're doing this to become more effective and, of course, to modernize, to remain relevant in our services. For our portfolios, governance and conflict, and we've talked about this in the preparation so many times, so finally we can tackle these issues together. Of course, relevant themes include the digital solutions needed for public administrations in the field, or also to support regulations of the digital sphere. So many of these topics we will tackle in the next days, and I'm really happy to have all of you throughout the conference, and in particular also the external guests today and on Thursday, to make use of the momentum of our conference to also exchange and get in their perspectives.
This is an exciting outlook for GIZ, and one which shows our ambition, but also highlights important questions. Can we keep up with the needed speed of the digital transformation and the need to act quickly, as we recently learned with the global COVID-19 pandemic? Have we learned from our own and partner experiences so that we can scale good practices? Are we digitally literate enough ourselves? Which new services and products do we need to develop, and with whom, to be more effective in our work in the governance and peace-building sector? I'm very happy that we are bringing our colleagues from the peace-building portfolio, from the governance portfolio, as well as from the digital transformation portfolio, here together to jointly discuss these and many more challenges, opportunities, and new approaches during the next 4 days.
And it's not only these two perspectives that we bring together in this new FATA format. Also, we had, thanks to COVID, I must say, this great opportunity to have a completely different preparation process. We had so many colleagues from all over the world involved in the preparation. I really have to say that I'm very confident that what we bring on the table today, tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday is highly relevant to all of you. So we're very keen to get your insights and work with you on these issues for the future together. And as said before, it's about our capacity development as GIZ. It's about our corporate objectives of innovation and bringing the debate further. And also, of course, as it is the center of today, to bring in external perspectives, get inspired and get into a dialogue with our guests. So Annette, I've said a lot about what I expect. What's your wish for the next days?
Okay, my most important wish for this journey that really had begun months ago and has now its peak in the following 4 days, to continue the way beyond the actual Future Forum. The focus areas are not just learning platforms, but laboratories of change. And we have the unique opportunity to be connected here with all our colleagues, with our global team. Question what we do and agree to move forward together. I want to support this drive.
And maybe to add one last point, I'd really like to invite everyone to be active, participate, and become part of this journey over the next days and beyond, as Annette was saying. It is a challenge for us. This is a conference where we have a few people in this wonderful studio, and we have so many more out there, and it's really important that we bring all the perspectives on the table and that we have enough time to exchange. We use the space, and with that, I would have liked to say the future starts now. Annette corrected me and she said the future started yesterday.
Or even before.
Or even before, which I think is very good. And with that, over to you, Natasha.
Thank you so much. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I think I've got the best job because it's my role to not only keep an eye on time and to make sure that you have those spaces to participate, but also to make sure that we do achieve the goals that have been set out and explained so well by our two hosts. The first, capacity development. Yes, this is a learning forum. This is where we're looking at strategic, methodological, but also expert competence that you can develop. But I really love the way Annette just also reminded us that this is also the space where we're thinking strategically about taking the corporate objectives of GIZ, but also of our work with our partners further. So this has got to be more than the 4 days that we are together. And that's going to be exciting to look at on Thursday as well. How are we moving forward? And finally, it's about community building. You've also stressed how important it was to work together with so many different people using the diversity of the community. And that basically is what these 4 days are also for. So reach out to someone, use Platz to find someone in the list of participants who you don't know, reach out to them and say hi. We can only profit from having more and more good collaborations. Regarding the agenda, you can see the great diversity of our topic in the agenda reflected. It's a space journey. It's a journey through the galaxies, and we're thrilled to be inviting you to come up into the spaceship with us. We have mission launch today, and on Thursday afternoon, we will be zero gravity. It's a celebration and looking forward. Today is devoted to exploring new horizons. So we have an exciting keynote and a panel discussion to give us the inspiration that we need over the course of the following days to answer the question how we can make the digital transformation part of our job and how we can do it fairly, justly, and sustainably. We have then tomorrow and the day after 4 planets that we're inviting you to take a separate ship to and go and really deep dive into those topics that we can take forward. Let me just remind you of those 4 planets. It's the digital power to perform, changing the capacities of state and non-state actors. The second planet is devoted to social cohesion and peace building in the digital area. The third planet is entitled Mind the Gap. It's about inclusive digital democracy and deliberation. And finally, the fourth planet is data for development, data for sustainable development. As we go through, you will be also encouraged to exchange in peer groups, to go to satellite events and find those spaces that are most important for you to get the most out of these 4 days. Thursday is going to be a great day. That's where we come back together all together in this studio, whether you're inside the building or joining us virtually, where we have another panel to take the discussions forward. So we're starting strategically today and moving through and ending and saying, okay, what does this mean for our work? We also have a great open galaxy, which will give you the opportunity to deep dive into certain projects where maybe you want to collaborate or scale up what we already have. And you can go to the virtual marketplace in Platz right now, if you'd like, and just check out some of those exciting projects that you'll be able to look at on Thursday. So, if you get lost, because it's a big, wonderful agenda, then just go back to Platz. It's your mothership, and you'll be able to orientate yourself there. I've said this is really important that we get your voices into our conversations, and the best tool that we have for that is Ysembly. So if you've not joined Ysembly yet, the link is in the chat, and it's also under the streaming in Platz. So you can just click on that link and you can join us, and I'm going to ask you a question because I think that as soon as we get moving, we need to know who's in the room. Just remember, though, before we do, that this is a safe space. And if you have the feeling as we go through the day that you're not feeling safe, let us know immediately. This is a place for mutual respect with the diversity of who we are. Otherwise, in terms of netiquette, make sure you're not an audience. We need you to be participants. Focus on the here and now. Use Ysembly for content, Platz chat for chat, and MS Teams rooms as well as we go through for a more intense discussion. We will be recording the Future Forum to make sure that we use the wisdom that we generate together. Right, now over to Ysembly, and you can please join us. I'm starting a poll now, just to get a little bit more of an idea of who's here, who's in the room. So the poll is starting, and it says, which area of the world does your work mainly focus on? So I've given you some areas of the world. You have to choose one of them. Is it, we also have nowhere. I'm mostly engaged in outer space, and we have 5% of you who are there right now. Brilliant. Did you know that, everybody here in the studio? We have lots of people from Sub-Saharan Africa and Northern Africa and the Middle East. Great. South Asia, Europe, the Latin America and America's, it's still nighttime, but they should be joining us soon. Welcome to everyone from all over the world. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you. This just shows what a great organization also GIZ is, bringing all that geographic and cultural diversity together. Thank you. I'm going to ask you another question now, which is really important for us because we want to know what you hope to get out of these 4 days. So I'm going to stop that poll. Now we know that we have the world represented. And if I could ask you now what your hopes are. So we're launching our Future Forum into the infinite possibilities of space. What do you hope to discover on our journey? Again, short words, perhaps one-word answers, and we should get a really nice overview of the sort of things that you would like to experience, maybe to learn, maybe to drive forward. What is it that you would like to get out of the Future Forum? Collaboration, brilliant. That was one of our goals that we're trying to achieve here. Enlightenment, democracy, future. So, oh, here they all come now. Insights, challenges, a better understanding, ideas, food. Well, I'm afraid we can't supply food for everybody, but I do hope that wherever you are, you have a good access to great food. Inspiration, impressions, innovation. Look at this. This is exactly what we're connectedness, tools. We want to know how to do future, but we also want to make sure that we're doing the right future, the innovation, but trying things out, understanding more, exchanging, getting oriented. Fantastic. Thank you. This is exactly, I think, the spirit of the Future Forum that we would like to propagate. I have one more question, and this is a bit of it's a complex question. It's going to make you think. So maybe don't think too much, but use your gut feeling as well. We have lots of questions that we've put on the table for this Future Forum that you'll find as we go through. And just to perhaps also give you an idea of the depth of conversations that we're having. Which questions on how GIZ can contribute to a just, equitable and sustainable digital transformation are you most excited about discussing as we go? I'm not going to read them all out, just have a look through there, but they go from COVID-19 and its influence through what we need to do differently. We're looking at different partnerships, the collaborations that were just mentioned, the ability, the whole question of competence is in there. And I'm seeing that, there are lots and lots of questions that are interesting for you. But at the top, it's how will digitalization impact the ability of state and non-state actors to shape development, as well as how can we contribute as development partners to improve digital literacy. And right up there is how can we further support access to public services, political deliberation and justice without leaving people behind. So these are just some of the questions that you and your colleagues and partners will be broaching over the course of the next 4 days. And I think you can agree with me, it's going to be exciting stuff. All right, well, let me just stop that poll now, and we can all focus our attention now on the official start of the Future Forum. We started with voices from the field participants, and now it's time to ask Ingrid-Gabriele Hoven, who is member of GIZ's management board, to formally open this Future Forum, GIZ Future Forum. And it's great to have you here, and also bringing all the experience you have as former Director General at BMZ, not only responsible for global issues, but also for peacebuilding, and your role in senior management at the World Bank. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, Ingrid-Gabriele Hoven.
Thank you, Natasha, for handing over. And let me also join my colleagues in extending a very, very warm welcome to all participants of this first Future Forum. In the audience, we welcome actually our commissioning parties from the German government, like the Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Federal Ministry of the Interior, and we also welcome our colleagues from Brussels, colleagues from the European Union. I would also like to extend a warm welcome to all fellow development and international organizations. And it's good to know that partners such as the World Bank, UNDP, IMO, KfW, the African Union are here with us today and join our deliberations. We also welcome activists and civil society organizations. I'm looking forward to hearing from the crowd mapping platform Ushahidi and from the organization Internet Without Borders and many others during our discussions. Your point of view counts a lot to us. We welcome academia, research institutions and think tanks. What a pleasure to engage with Data2X, Linear Asia, and the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace, to name just a few. So, a warm welcome to our partner governments from all over the world. And then, of course, also to the private sector who is participating. Multinational organizations actually are part of this Future Forum, such as Telco multinational Orange, and also startups such as Premise. And finally, of course, a warm welcome to all GIZ colleagues from 85 countries who are working so hard in the governance, peace and digital development communities. It is great to have you here with us today in such great numbers. So it's a real pleasure to open officially now the Future Forum with the title States, Societies, People in the Digital Age, Shaping a Global Transformation, as has been underlined by previous speakers. I will not mask or hide it. The current times are extremely challenging for all of us in the development community, marked by climate change, a global pandemic, which is still hitting many developing countries, extreme fragility, or the recent developments in Afghanistan, for instance. Many of the people in our team in GIZ and our partners are deeply and directly affected by these recent events. In Germany, we are currently in the run-up for federal elections and have witnessed around the world how the digital space can be used for mis- and disinformation campaigns that have become commonplace, unfortunately. We have also observed an increase in censorship and online surveillance from China to Ethiopia to Myanmar that affect not only our work, but also the living realities of millions of people. In many of our partner countries, we also note shrinking spaces for civil society and human rights defenders. We must also be aware of the fact that millions of people still lack access and skills to profit from the potential of the digital transformation. The Future Forum is about setting the stage to discuss the current challenges we are facing in our work in the governance and conflict portfolio, and to elaborate ways of using the potential of the digital transformation to tackle challenges and to elaborate new approaches and partnerships to increase our impact. One of the potentials I see is already the fact that we are able to connect through this online conference, allowing a joint exchange and learning experience while being inclusive and saving greenhouse gas emissions by avoiding traveling. Also, the COVID-19 crisis has shown how digitalization can support governments and societies to manage the crisis more efficiently, for instance, through digital tracing of cases, public information provision, or vaccination monitoring. Another example is the potential laying in the digital inclusion and the closure of the various digital divides. There has been already a significant improvement in terms of access, internet connectivity and skills, but the potential ahead is still even higher. Also, when looking at the improvement of public service delivery through the digital transformation, we can anticipate great potentials in our partner countries and in Europe alike, to increase transparency and efficiency, and to reduce cost and administrative hurdles. In light of these potentials, let us jointly take a look at the progress and achievements we have made in our work at GIZ already. Taking the digital transformation in our work series is nothing that GIZ started with only yesterday. Already in 2015, we have given ourselves a strategic framework towards digital change, and since 2017, we have been implementing a digital by principle approach in our projects and programs. It is therefore no surprise that we belong to the early signatories of the 9 principles for digital development. As GIZ, we have been and kept on investing in digital competencies of our staff to prepare them to adapt to the continuous change that the digital transformation is bringing with. We have also witnessed several initiatives, such as the GIZ Innovation Fund or the GIZ Data Lab, to develop new and innovative approaches. In addition, our commissioning parties, most significantly by the German Federal Ministry for Economic Development, BMZ, and the European Union, as well as the German Environment Ministry, increasingly task us to accompany digital transformation in our partner countries. We have broadened our partnership in this field over the years, from UN initiatives like the Sustainable Development Solutions Network, Research ICT for Africa, the Internet and Jurisdiction Policy Network, and various ICT ministries, Gov and Peace Tech startups, or the very digital government of Estonia, or the Digital Impact Alliance. And hopefully, through this conference, we may get actually an impulse for more partnerships and to deepen the partnerships that are already in existence. Let me focus now on our government and peace-building portfolio, which currently represents more than 20% of our commissions. In 2019, we received commissions amounting to 800 million euros. Making a difference here really makes a difference to our local partners. Let me just give you some few examples. What we are already working on and want to achieve with our partners in the longer term. Censorship and surveillance, fake news, incitement or violence online is a serious issue in the Yemeni war. A main reason for recruitment of young men and women in the country. With our local partners, we worked on conflict transformation through awareness raising with an innovative approach of serious gaming, serious soap opera, and social media campaigns, and reached so far around 150,000 young people in Yemen and outside. Let me give you another example of the possibilities that are embedded in digital approaches and tools. In Tunisia, the project Digital for Reforms and the Initiative for Municipal Development joined forces to improve digital public service delivery and the provision of online services to citizens. Until 2024, the project aims to develop different digital solutions to improve the digital service quality for 15,000 citizens. These are only a few examples, but I know already that in a short while you will learn in more detail about other inspiring practices. For the forthcoming joint learning days, I would like to call them as such, I would like to share some thoughts and questions with you. I'm impressed by all the inspiring and impactful approaches that we have already implemented during the past years. But I'm interested how we can build these approaches even more for scale. How do we need to change our approach to build human-centered, scalable and efficient digital solutions? Connected to these questions, I would like to raise the issue of digital public goods and the support of partners in low-resource settings. How can common digital goods be further supported and developed? And what is needed to support our partners to use these digital public goods in different contexts? And finally, as an organization, should we improve data capacities to improve evidence-based decisions and our service delivery? I invite you, dear colleagues and partners, to discuss this food for thought over the coming days, and I'm confident and excited how you will move forward, hopefully with courage and creativity. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ingrid, for kicking off this Future Forum. And I don't know whether you saw, but on our screen we can see that there are 7 people who are writing very intensely about the questions that you just raised, because they're the ones who are responsible for the planets, for those thematic areas, those focus areas. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can see them behind me. Let's give them a quick wave. Don't want to stand. Thank you so much for, wouldn't it be great if we could hear a huge round of applause? So thank you so much for being with us. Woo, we can hear a little bit of applause. Thank you so much. And thank you, Ingrid, for being with us.
Thank you, Natasha.